I wanted to elaborate a bit on the point I made in another post about motivation for working out. And this is something that is closer to home, something that's important, and something I don't think a lot of men are considering when they're thinking about exercising, getting fit, being healthy. And so I'm going to explain it like this. When I was a kid, the highlight of my life, with no other exception, was playing sports with my old man. He'd come home. We would throw the baseball around for hours. He would sit on a bucket. I would throw 100 pitches. He'd throw the ball as high in the air as he could. I would catch it. We would play one-on-one in the driveway for hours after he'd already worked a 10, 12-hour day. We'd go to the football field. I'd throw him passes while he played receiver, and he would run route after route after route. We'd go for runs on the weekend, and he'd basically be beating me the whole time. My old man was physically capable of doing everything with me. And a large part of that is because he worked out. And he also just had a mentality that nothing was going to stop him from being able to enjoy time with his son. And so he physically took care of his body. This includes when he was told that he was going to die from a godforsaken illness that he had no chance of recovering from. He still tried getting up in the morning, working out in the basement. He still tried running. He still tried coming out and playing basketball with me. He wanted to do as much as he could physically to maintain what he had so that he could live the best life possible. So as I think back on that, and as I think about what I do for a living these days, it comes to my mind that I really don't have a great deal of patience when I have clients come to me that say they don't feel motivated to exercise. They don't feel motivated to work out. They don't feel motivated to eat well or take care of themselves. They just don't feel motivated to do it. And I agree in the sense that if you are not motivated to do something, you simply won't do it. You have to have a reason why you're doing something. If you don't, it's going to be awfully hard for you to come up with some reason why you're going to do it. And so, to all of you listening, here is the motivation that you need. I was able to enjoy the most precious moments with my dad because he was fit enough to spend time with me. He was fit enough to go play catch whenever. He was fit enough to go fishing whenever we wanted to. He was fit enough to go running with me and to challenge me and to help me become a better athlete and to beat me at one-on-one on the playground, in our front yard. Doesn't matter. And here's what I gained out of that. Numerous life lessons. Philosophical conversations, conversations about good and evil and working hard and becoming a better man. All things which I would not have had if he was unfit, staying inside, didn't like to exercise, didn't want to come and work out because it was too hard for him to do. If he was way overweight or he was out of shape, he would have been unable to spend the thousands of hours that he spent with me, where I gained the most vital aspects of my life growing and becoming a better man. And they all happened, as I look at it in hindsight, because he was physically capable of being with me. For those of you who cannot find motivation to go exercise, I will repeat what I put into a recent video post. Look at your wife. Look at your children. Look at your friends. Look at your family. You need only look at them to find motivation to work out. Because if you are incapable of being stronger, being more fit, being healthier, taking care of your diet, if you can't do that, the chances of you missing out on opportunities to spend time with them, to love on them, to play with them, to be a part of their lives for a longer period of time is going down the drain. I hear the excuse all the time of, oh, well, Jerry's been smoking and drinking his whole life, hasn't worked out a day, and look at him, he's 102. Well, guess what? Jerry just so happens to be the exception to the rule on the bell curve. He's at one of the corners. Guess what? I'm glad for Jerry. I think it's great that he's been able to live this long. But unfortunately, that is not the case because most of men in this country and abroad who are unfit are dying far too young, or they are unable to spend quality time with their families. And as they age, they end up being more of a problem than anything else. They can't get on the ground and play with their kids or grandkids. They can't go for fun hikes. They can't go travel places because it's too hard to get in and out of the airport. All things which, pending the unforeseen circumstances, which happened to the world, which happened to my own dad, you can stop, you can mitigate. Because all you did was train. You got in the gym a couple of days a week. You lifted weights. You focused on your diet a little more. You stopped drinking a damn bottle of wine a night. Because guess what? Is that worth not spending quality time with your children? Is it not worth spending time with your wife, being able to go have fun outside? Is it not worth being able to spend time, be around for your grandchildren? I understand that life can throw screwballs. My old man died very young. He was 52 years old when he passed away. Still was vibrant prior to him getting sick with a, shitty neurological disorder. But guess what? All of that time I had prior to that I got to enjoy with him was because he was fit and healthy. He was able to run around with me and have a good time. I would not have the memories I have today. I would not have the moral compass. I would not have the stories and the life and the things that other people would beg for if it wasn't for the fact that he wanted to spend more time with me than anything, and his health played a role in that. It's ironic almost that he was struck down by such a crap disease after all that time of being with me. But let me tell you, I would rather have those years of him being healthy and happy and playing with me than 100 years, and the last 40 of them he couldn't do shit because he didn't take care of himself. It's not worth it to all of you listening to this. The motivation you need to exercise is surrounding you all the time. I know I feel like I'm ranting right now. I wasn't even sure where I was going to go with this, but it matters to me immensely that the people listening to this, the men specifically listening to this, that's who I work with, that you understand that there are people in this world that rely on you to foster success in their lives, to protect them, to lead them, to love them. You are going to find it far harder to do if you are out of shape. Go look in the mirror right now. Go look at your children, look at your spouse, look at your family and go, am I doing everything I can to be as strong as I can for them? If the answer is no, it is time to make a change immediately. You need no further motivation than the fact that they need to have a father and a husband and a friend who is capable of doing anything. That's the end of it. I promise all of you, the memories I have of my old man are more beautiful than you can imagine. And it's because he was able to do things with me that other people simply weren't, because he was fit enough to do it. I'm not saying fitness is everything. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be invested in books and wisdom and gaining knowledge and learning and teaching your family and those around you. But guess what? The further you go down the rabbit hole of being unhealthy, the shorter that time period is where you can actually impart knowledge and wisdom onto your family and those around you. It is as simple as that. It's time to right the ship as men in this world, and it starts with getting your ass into the gym and exercising again. It is as simple as that. Your motivation surrounds you all the time. Pull from it when you don't feel like you want to do it, when you're tired, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to go for a run, you don't want to go for a walk. Remember that your physical abilities are what's going to give you more valuable time with your family across your life. It's as simple as that. I'm done with my rant. It's time for men to get back after it.